Well, well, well. Look who it is. Look who it is. Oh, man, it's me. It's you. We're here for a good time. Let's go ahead and start saying hi to the good people in the chat. What's up, Marco, Cat Scratch, Stonewall, Henry G? Let's see, we got Ground Fog, Wicked Dream, Eric Johnson, Nick Sick. Hold on. We got some people in the chat. Imagine that. What's up, Cliff? Welcome into Ian, B Shady, Ed Durbin. What's up, Ed? Apparently, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Ed. Do you want me to sing happy birthday? Is this mic hot? Can people even hear me? Maybe now would be a good time to test my singing voice. Is this what the people want? Is this what the people want? I have no idea. Can anyone even hear me? Yeah. Well, I guess we can go ahead and start singing happy birthday. Some people don't know what's going on. They're like, what is going on? Is Roll talking? Why hasn't the video ran yet? It's not 8 p.m. Well, shoot, I guess it is 8 p.m. Yeah, screw it. We'll go ahead and get this shindig on the road. Just bear with me. Bear with me. I know you guys can hear me. I know. I wait to run the video till 8 p.m. Mountain Standard, baby. Anyways. Well, apparently people don't like it when I talk in the intro, in the waiting room. Where's the video? They cry. Happy freaking Saturday.
This is Sparta!
You spicy peppers. How's your weekend? Are you enjoying your weekend? Did you get everything done that you wanted to do today? If not, you still have tomorrow, so procrastinators can unite, I think. I'm happy to be here, guys. Topic of today's live stream is, which EDC rabbit hole do you pick? Because there are a lot, and there's no point in picking apart somebody else's EDC rabbit hole. Let me give you an example. A rabbit hole that I dove headfirst into a long time ago, and I've never been able to climb out, and has been taking Spyderco knives and putting new scales on them, putting new clips on them, changing the way they look. Some call it modding. Some just say, you're weird and spend too much money on aftermarket parts. I can't make a video about a modded Spyderco without somebody being like, why would you spend that much money? Blah, blah. And then that person, they leave my comment section, and then they go, hop in their car that they spent like 10 grand putting a new paint job on. And it blows my mind. Like, we're over here trying to tear apart why we do things. But what it is, it's an indicator. Everyone has their own rabbit holes that they sometimes fall into. Sometimes they just dive headfirst into it. What's your EDC rabbit hole? Let me know. And while you're doing that, let me know what's in your pocket today. Better yet, if you're in the Only Spartans Discord, get over there. Get over there. Post a pocket check. You can post videos too. It doesn't have to be a photo if you're not the photographing type. This is what I carried. Bang, here it is, guys. I had to pick something to get the mirror modded Lamia out of my pocket, and it had to be good. It had to be really good. So, of course, you know, for a palette cleanser, I carried this bombshell. The freaking, man, Craig Brown Cortex XL. Love this knife. One of my top 3 knives that I own, period. This is one of those knives that I love dearly. And it's perfectly imperfect. It's perfectly imperfect. I love it. Love it to pieces. Cortex XL is one of my favorite mid-tech knives ever made, period. End of story. It's on another level. That's what I carried. Also, I can't show it because it's charging. Carried a Olight Baton 4 Pro. It's the small one. Starting to get into my flashlights again because now that the time has shifted and, you know, the sun is going down sooner when I do my evening walks, that happens in the dark. And I don't like being in the dark. Luckily for me, I still have like 50 flashlights. So now I'm getting some real use out of them. When I lived in Colorado, there was very little need because everything was lit. The city of Denver is lit at all hours. Those of you who live in a city know exactly what I'm talking about. So I didn't get that much use out of my flashlights. Now I live in the great state of Idaho, and let me tell you, it is technically a city, not that well lit. Yeah, been getting some use out of my flashlights. That's what I carried today. A simple man. What did you carry? Let me know. And also let me know, what is your biggest EDC rabbit hole that you fell in, that you dove into head first? Let me know in the chat, and we're going to keep saying hi to the folks that are in there. I know I missed a lot of people. I was trying to say hi. Listen, if you guys ever wonder why is Roll now talking in the waiting room before the live stream, why is he doing that? It's because I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Like, the live doesn't officially start, not officially, until 8 p.m. Mountain Time. That's why I put the message on the screen like live stream starting soon, 8 p.m. So if it's like 7:58 Mountain Standard Time and I'm talking in the waiting room, I'm just saying hi to people. I want to get to the live stream by the time the camera turns on at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You know, plus it's like, you know, walking through the door of a lobby, you know? You walk through the door, you say hi to people on your way in. That's what I want to do. I just want to say hi. B Shady says, just wasn't singing. You could talk all you want. Oh, man. Razor G, what's up, man? He says, Roll, your Ranger made OBJs on DLT sold out fast. Did you get one? No. Cart sniped, my friends. Cart sniped. They had a very limited amount. They only had like 6 between the OBJ 1s and 2s. And they were gone. They were gone, baby, gone in 60 seconds flat. I kid you not. 60 seconds. People are like, well, you know, if you're there on time and on a computer. I was there. The better question is, did any of you guys get one? I didn't get one. Let me know. Did you get one? Did you pick one up? Did you score? I know of one person that did. I would love to find out if more people that watch this live stream actually tried to get one and got one or did not. Jim apparently is falling down these slip joints and little fixies wrap. Man, that is a rabbit hole and a half. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to enjoy me some fixed plates, Jim. What's up, Jim? I didn't get to say hi to everybody this time. I stuck explaining myself. Jojo, what's up, man? He says 7 p.m. avocado time. Marco says Eastern is the only time zone. Man, I disagree. What's up, Sierra Rick? What's up, man? I'm scrolling up a little bit. I try not to do this. Bradford Mitchell, good to see you. Welcome into Double Wide EDC. What's up, man? All right, hold on. He says, my rabbit hole is searching for grails and deals on the secondary. I can spend hours every day searching on the internet to see what I can find for myself and even others. Nice, man. That's awesome. Listen, the secondary market is a different animal. You know what I like looking at the secondary market for is the rise and fall of prices and demand and stuff. It's very much like keeping your finger on the pulse of the community to see where people are at. And I've noticed some things. Like recently, it's been a little hard for people trying to sell expensive knives on the secondary. And I don't know what it is, but knives that we're selling, for like $800-900 6 or 7 months ago, all of a sudden, nothing, not a tostada. People are like hanging on, they're clutching their pearls, right? Maybe it's the government shutdown. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm imagining things. For those of you trying to sell knives on the secondary, what's it been like for you? Let me know. Let me know. Welcome into Rome. Roman M in the house. What's up, man? Hold on. Did I say hi to Dolomite? Good to see you. All right. Jaeger EDC. There's Roman M. What's up, Rome? Frankie Cheech says, I thought Spydercos were made to be modded. I look. Sometimes people ask me like why would you buy a knife knowing that you're also going to have to buy scales? And you know what? That's a fair question if you are like peeking over the edge of the abyss, wondering if you should go for it. Here's the answer. Like at Spyderco USA, the USA factory makes exactly 0 titanium knife models. If they made one with tie scales, I would buy it. I'm imagining many other people would as well. That said, they don't. But the good news is that there are a ton of small American scale makers that make scales for like all of the Spyderco knives that aren't made in titanium, and that's fantastic. There's also some options that are from overseas. There's options for from countries like China, of course. I want to say Italy, maybe Germany. There's a lot of options out there. You can get reblades, you can get scales. Like they're the perfect knife. They're the perfect knife modding platform is what I want to say. The perfect knife modding platform, because you got a company that consistently spends R&D money on heat treat, on which steels to use, on how to get the most out of each steel that they use. And the prices aren't amazing, at least not anymore, but they're also not terrible. They're not like Benchmade, who's, instead of spending money on R&D, Benchmade just spends money on suing people. And if they win, they get them to pay the lawyer fees. And I digress. But my point is that if you ever wanted a titanium Spyderco paramilitary 2, you're not going to be able to get one from Spyderco, but you can get a regular paramilitary 2. And then you can go support a maker like Rip's Garage Tech, like RG Custom Metalworks. You can support a maker like Rock Scale Design, Barclay CNC, Lynch Northwest. There's so many amazing companies. And the cool thing is that you can get one that really fits it for you. Like, have you ever seen a knife and like the materials are banging? You like the blade shape, but you're like, you know what? I just don't like the design on the scales. That's the beauty of it. You could truly buy one and make it your own. And if you don't want it in titanium, then you don't have to pay the exorbitant price point. What I'm getting at here is that Spydercos are awesome for those who like to take something and truly make it their own. And the best part is that even if you don't want titanium, you can get carbon fiber scales from like Sharp Dress Knives. You can get Ultim, you can get whatever flavor you want. And that's nice. You can't do that with every knife. And you know what? Some knives are perfect factory fresh. But I've got a case full of modded Spydercos that I love dearly. They're like my children. I probably shouldn't say that now that I actually do have a child, but at the end of the day, that's the rabbit hole. If you enjoy that like me, then great. A lot of people will look at that and say, why did you spend so much money on that? Why didn't you just, take that money and buy something else? Well, what if I didn't want to buy something else? What if I got exactly what I wanted? A lot of times when I look at a Spyderco and I really like it, I immediately start thinking, who makes scales for these? Do they have any new milling designs? Do they have lightweight variants, stuff like that? That's fun. That's fun. You can't do that with every knife. There's only a select group of knives that you can really do that with. And Spyderco is one, and it's really cool. It's like a whole nother section of the community. To answer your question, I thought Spydercos were made to be modded. Shoot, I'd say so. Pacific Northwest Funworks, what's up, dude? He says, my rabbit hole was paracord. I needed all the colors and different strengths. Man, paracord is a lot of fun. You can do some crazy stuff with paracord too, like sheets, handles. People hear paracord and they think, it's just lanyards. It's not just lanyards. Paracord is crazy, man. What's up, On the Edge? Good to see you. Wow, I monologued for quite a bit there. My bad. We're going to keep it rolling. Hold on. Hey, shout out to Bradford Mitchell with the $5 super. He says it is not well lit because much like your friends, your city and state is just all imaginary. Middle Earth is the real, is more real than Idaho. I mean, did I get here on the back of a giant golden eagle? Feel free to debate that in the comment section. What's up, Tiffany? Good to see you. All right. Ryan Shear, what's up, man? Good to see you as well. Hold on. Roman M says the Rosie still selling strong. It's a supply and demand thing, though. Absolutely a supply and demand thing. They haven't made a whole lot of Rosies, which means that they have elongated their demand. You want to see something depressing, like talking about demand for Rosies. Hang on. Nope. My screen share is not up. Damn it. All right, we'll fix that. Hang tight. I thought I had everything set up. Apparently, I did not. There it is. All right, so Oz Machine Co. Rosie. So you can go to eBay, right? You can go to eBay and you can see like, I'm sorry, this pricing is egregious. This should be a felony. Like, considering there's only roughly 5,000 Oz Rosies out there, and they're selling this one for $2,400. Some people might be saying to themselves, well, no one's gonna buy it for that amount. Like, no one's gonna pay that exorbitant. Listen, people do pay these prices. You know how you can find out? Just go here and scroll down to the sold items. That's this right here, and it'll show you all the sold listings. Like, let's play a game. Who got ripped off today? Here we go. Oz Machine Company fixed blade Rosie. The fixed blade Rosie originally is like what, $300? That's still, well, was it $300? I'd have to check. $500 for this though. Like, that is for a G10 Oz Rosie. No. Here's one, $1,350, but it says best offer was accepted. It doesn't tell us what the offer was. That's actually kind of close to table, right? Aren't the Rosie XLs typically around the $1,100 mark? Zigzag. I wonder what the offer was. It's too bad they don't tell us. Golf putter milling. I mean, yes, it does have Way of Knife DLC. That's just, nope. $1,300. Isn't table on that like $850? Here's one sold for $1,225. Here's one for $1,200. Here's the dangerous part, guys. Here's the dangerous part. The kind of people that would buy these are also the kind of people that would never be able to tell the difference between a counterfeit and the real deal. That's the part that hurts, right? Like, for example, look at this. Look at this. They sold a clone on here for $125. Why? I have no idea why you would buy it. This is how bad it is. This is how, trust me when I say I like the Rosie, but this is how dumb people are. They bought this for $125, right? Now, my feelings on counterfeits aside, you could go to AliExpress and you could look up clones. Like, do I just need to buy a bunch of these and sell them as clones on eBay? They paid $125 for that. They paid $50 markup. Even the clones are being sold for more than they're worth. Even the counterfeits are being sold for more than they're worth. That's dumb. That's dumb. Like, how stupid are people? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, these are available. You could buy these, right? You could buy these. You just go on eBay and be like, yeah, $125, you know. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Anyways, enough of me ranting. What's up, Rob? Good to see you. Welcome in. Blade Shooter G says, I want a Spidey with tie scales, but then I think about what I could buy with the same money, and I end up buying neither. But at the end of the day, you still have more money. All right. Rob says, I own 18 modded Spydercos. Nice to know that I'm not the only one that is dove headfirst down that rabbit hole. All right. So I was pretty close. 1,100 is table for one of those Rosie XLs. Yeah. Nick 6 says, I have an XL Roosevelt and a fixed Roosevelt, but I really want a regular. Yeah. You know, I'll say this. Like, I'm in a weird spot with Rosies. Those of you who've watched my video on it, you already know. Like, I love the knife, okay? I love the knife. I do. I hate the price. I think the table price is too high. I don't think they make enough of them. I think these knives should be priced lower. And I'm going to, like, you guys are probably tired of hearing me say this. My problem with the Roosevelt is that the design itself is so simplistic that it's become easy to counterfeit. And it becomes harder and harder and harder to tell the difference between an authentic and a counterfeit. And the issue is that when you have a maker who artificially creates more demand, right? And I get it. In this economy, you know, knives go in and out of style. You know, you want to future-proof it as much as possible. Why charge less when people are willing to pay more? I get it. I totally get that. But they've opened the market up wide open for these counterfeiters to make a knife for $70. Shit, even the counterfeiters are making money on eBay by selling these for $125. Like, I just showed you guys a sold listing for a counterfeit Rosie. You can buy them from the source for $70, turn around and sell it on eBay and still make $50. That's absurd. That is ridiculous. It blows my mind. This is an amazing knife. I love it. I understand that people like exclusivity. Who doesn't? If you're a collector, of course you like exclusivity. But when you've artificially created this demand by not making many and then pricing them super high, right? Making them prohibitively expensive, you create more demand for even the counterfeits, which they will mass produce because they can. I think that it's a crying shame that we do not have a regular production variant of the Oz Rosie. I do. I think that they could probably partner with American manufacturers, which is hard, right? Like at least I've heard the horror stories of what it's like to partner with American manufacturers. It can be hard. They miss deadlines. Sometimes they send it to you and everything is screwed up. But listen, if Jonathan McNeese can make a contoured Dixon, right? Or a non-contoured, PM Mac 2 and sell it for $500 or $600, like, why can't we get a production Rosie? Because if they made more of these and they made them less prohibitively expensive, it would drive down the demand and it would would drive down the demand for things like counterfeits because they'd be more readily available. Like, yes, they've made counterfeit McNeese, but there's not a high demand on those. Yes, they've made counterfeit Lamias, but there's not a high demand on those. They make counterfeits of everything. This design, slab style, it's really well done. The cutting geometry is great. Like, I don't know if you guys can see this. I use this knife. Like, can you see the tape on the edge? I need to clean it. I love it. I don't think that it should table for $800. I don't. I think that $650 for one with ano hardware and milling like this, I think that $650 would be a fair price. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. And I think that it's insane that I think that it's insane they sold a counterfeit for more than what you would pay for it if you just bought it brand new from AliExpress. That's crazy. Retro Ryan says it's only worth what you're willing to pay. 100%. I was lucky. I got this on a swap from a homie. Absolutely. I'm so glad that I didn't end up having to pay full price, because as much as I like this knife, I would have been pissed if I had actually spent money on it. I did buy this one. This one, the clones, the counterfeits, you can tell them apart from this. The counterfeit of the Cortex XL, you can clearly see the differences. Counterfeits of the Rosies, it's hard, man. It's hard. I've considered buying a counterfeit purely to be able to make a video to help people see the differences so that folks don't get screwed over, because I'm willing to bet that some of these Rosies being sold on eBay, I would not doubt it if some of them are actually counterfeits, and the idiot buying them thinks that they're buying an authentic. Would not disbelieve that at all. Kind of want to look into the sold listings more. I mean, it is depressing, but I just want to find one sold listing where it's like no pouch, no COA. I don't think I could ever buy an expensive knife like that without a COA. Exceptions for when you buy them from trusted sources. Anyways, Blade Shooter says there are 51 Rosies going up for sale tomorrow night. First come, first serve. I heard about that. Absolutely. I did hear about that. Low Country says Arizona just sold milled green Skelly Oz for $2,300. Arizona Custom Knives, they're a knife scalper moonlighting as a retail store, I swear. What's up, Jeremy? Says recently picked up a Ketsuo G20 Griffin. This thing is an absolute fidget king. Yeah, Ketsuo does a good job, man. I like them. Hey, what's up, Brown Sugar? Brad says regular Rosie with ano and milling, first come, first serve tomorrow on site for $780. I would be willing to bet you guys I would be willing to bet you guys every single one of those rosies is gone in the first 60 seconds. I guarantee it. What's up, Fred? He says there are many custom knife makers that do not give you a COA with their knives. Oh, yeah, absolutely. SPK, no COA. No COA at all. And it's a damn shame. Like, it's one of the reasons why I didn't necessarily feel all that bad about modding this. My freaking fingerprints are all over this. The fingerprint magnet 5000. But yeah, there was a reason why I didn't feel bad about modding this guy is because, like, what? There's no COA to reissue. There's nothing. You know, like, people, there are clear differences between the, you know, a stock, I say stock, between an authentic SPK Lumia and a counterfeit that you can see. But also, I'm not planning on selling this guy. Gosh, love the mirror mod Lumia. Just need to get my dirty fingerprints off of it. Rob says, I really disagree on the Rosie. Duck and Duckling sell very high on the secondary market. They go from $1,000 plus new in base models. That's fine, man. We all have a difference of opinion. But, I mean, as far as secondary pricings, like I just showed sold listings. I showed a sold listing of a freaking counterfeit that sold for more on the secondary than it did brand new. Like, the market for Rosies is inflated. Absolutely. Says, I have my first Tucson knife on the way. Have you had a Tucson? And if so, what are your thoughts on the fit and finish? Yeah, I've had a couple different Tucsons. I own one right now. I'd have to dig it out of one of my drawers, but Tucson makes some really, really cool knives. As far as knives made in China go, they've done a good job of evolving over time. It used to be that with a Tucson, you would look at it and you'd say, yeah, you know, I got titanium and D2, but I paid like, you know, $70. And then they're like, oh, here's titanium or carbon fiber, you know, an M390. And you'd be like, yeah, that's cool. I paid, you know, $100. But, you know, what about the heat treat? It's probably 59 HRC. And then Tucson turned around and they started doing batches at a higher Rockwell hardness because that's what the consumer base was demanding. And they continued to make these knives really inexpensive. Some cool designs from like what's it called, Jelly Jerry. There's a couple different designers. The question has always been, how do they do it? How do they do it, right? Because you look at it and you're like, the materials are there, the design is there, that they're working with a designer. How are they able to sell these knives for this price? And I believe it has a lot to do with their business model. I have not experienced a Tucson that I've hated. I've also only purchased a few. Let me see if I can find them actually. Hold the phone. Of course, best place to get them is White Mountain Knives if you want one. Tucson. Yeah, man. I do like me some Tucson. They do a pretty good job of making a knife, tell you what. I think their business model is to sell them at cost, and if they become popular, they raise the price and make more. And that allows them to get a lot of interest right away and also test the market. It's pretty smart if you ask me. Let's see. Tucson, what was it called? This is the problem with companies that just do model numbers instead of model names, is that it's hard to remember what their model number is. TS 201, I don't freaking know. Tucson Kingfisher, because they do have some that have names. I think I had one called the Kingfisher. I sold it a long time ago. I say a long time ago. It was like 3 years ago. Tucson. Look at this. Look at this. Freaking cool. Like, that's cool. That's a fixed blade. M390 carbon fiber. $68. Okay. David Chen. It's a David Chen design. He's actually well known. Let's do this. Where is it? Try to see. It's a Wong design. That's crazy. Like, these are cool. These are cool knives. Cool knives. Titanium 14C, $85. It's crazy. It's a little outlandish, but it's cool. They have some that are not so outlandish. They're also classy. Like this one, 10CR. You don't see a whole lot of 10CR. It's 6-leaf, which is basically Tucson. We'll call it a Tucson. 10CR 15, carbon fiber and titanium handle. $90. Their valuation is insane. But I believe it's because they do small batch at first to test the market. Look at that milling on the handle scales. Is that a rattlesnake design? Is that a rattlesnake design? Doesn't say. Crazy, man. Maybe I should pick one up. I actually like that one a lot. But that's my point is like my experience with Tucson on a personal level has been a good one. I've never had an issue with the quality. I've never had an issue with the quality at all. I've always, like, for every Tucson that I've purchased, I've always liked it. It always felt like a good deal, and I didn't feel like they had a gotcha moment. You know, they say you get what you pay for, but I would say that depending upon when you buy your Tucson, you could either get a really, really, really good deal or just a good deal. But either way, you're not spending a whole lot to find out. And they do quality work. As far as knives made in China go, they do quality work. I'm trying to see. Do they have anything cool that I haven't seen yet? What if we just do price? This one was the most popular Tucson for forever. The TS-195, the frag pattern. This is not a recent design, but it's still out of stock. The end price, and it's sold out at this price, was $215. When these first were released, guys, like normally, like when these were first released, these were like, you could get them for like sub $100. I kid you not. And they became super popular, and they just kept making more and raising the price and making more and raising the price. It's crazy. Rob says, but to be fair, eBay is not a place I'd ever buy a knife. Blade Binge is it for me. Oh, people get screwed over on Blade Binge all the time. In fact, one of the knives I showed on there, I saw a watermark from a guy that also sells on Blade Binge as well. And their name is Addicted to Blades, and not to be confused with the person who shows up at live streams. Apparently that's a different person. For people that buy and sell knives specifically to make money, usually the scalpers, they go to all the platforms. Blade Binge is not immune to this. I could do a whole segment on people that have ridiculous pricing on Blade Binge as well. Fred says the Tucson TS-195 is an integral that had good finish. Is it an integral? It is. Insane. Forgot that. Yep. It's an integral. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get into some of these pocket checks. We're over here talking about the cost of things, rabbit holes. Let's see what's in everybody's pocket today. And we're going to start that conversation with, wait for it, probably do a screen share. John Sagamore, he's got the Chavez Dissident. Ooh, this is the first one I've seen in somebody's hand. That's a Chavez OTF. That's crazy, man. Did he have that made here in the US? Because I know the OTF utility knife was made in the US, right? I'm wondering if he did the same for this one. That's cool. I like that. I like that it has the skull clip too. Nice. Craig Vincent, he's got a bunch of Cold Steel and a Spyderco. He's got a Spyderco Tenacious, Cold Steel Tie Light, Cold Steel 4MAX, Scout, Voyager, SR1, and a Recon 1. Just a little bit of a light carry today. Right on. Stonewall, he's got, ooh. Gecko Customs Pictus. And the Numb Knife Works. Is that, they call it the N1 or the N1 Cornerstone? I hear people have been loving that. I think it's cool that we get new knife locks. For me, I can't help but wonder, like, how good is it? Like, what can it withstand? Not because it specifically matters. Like, most folding knives are not used to, like, stab into trees and then climb on top of. Like, most people will never truly push their knife lock to its limits. But I'm curious, like, how strong is that lock? Will it withstand batoning? Part of me thinks probably. I'm really curious what it can withstand. I want to know. Frankie's got one of my favorite knives of all time, one of my favorites in my collection. The Zahn, the Noom Zahn. I'm here for it, man. Pavelski's got the Vosteed Vombat. Very nice. Right next to the camera. I can appreciate that. Is that the camera you take all the nice pictures with, V? Let me know. Are you at the bar? I think so. Look at all those taps. It's got a nice... What is that? A pint of lager? A pint of lager. Love it, man. Jim's got the American Dream in the background. He's on the water. Tempest Pinion, Microburst, Kubi, and Tempest Dust Devil. Got a little bit of Tempest carry going on today. Yeah. Looks nice where you're at. It's getting cold here in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, he says he's got this too. Which Kubi is that? I feel like I should know. Ooh, that's pretty. That's really pretty. Is that an REK reblade? Who did that reblade? Maybe he told us. Front flipper oval hole MagnaCut reblade. And those are custom. Those look like Lotus. Okay, yeah, those are Lotus scales. Flightanium scales with, man, I like that. It gives it kind of a 3D look that reminds me of the Rob Johnsons. The Rob Johnson, what is it? The Cedar? Very cool. I like it, man. Is that an REK reblade? I'm curious. I need to know. Geek Machinist, what do we got? Ooh, he's got a Reef fixed blade. I don't know much about that. But I like the profile. The handle scales look super comfy. Very nice. Sog Power Pint. Who does that pry bar? Not sure. Great photo though. Warrior Guild. Oh, he's got a Heretic Wraith V4 with their custom cell shading. I almost said shell shading. The cell shading. That's what it's called when they make it look like a drawing. That's so trippy, man. I need to check one out. I really like that though. And you know what? I was actually eyeballing a Wraith V4 Tanto. I love my buoy. The Tanto looks really good. It's a really aggressive looking Tanto, and I enjoy that. Oh, Grateful Dong, he's got a Grant Gripper V2 prototype. Very nice. Did you guys see that Jason Grant, aka Brass Brigade, is going to be doing a collaboration with North Mountain Blade? That's cool. I'm really excited for that. Gas station knives. Ooh, it's got a Hawk Talon. Very nice. Titanium Hawk Talon, no less. I heard that he had come out with some of these. Most of the ones that I see are carbon fiber. Ooh, that's a beautiful, beautiful benchmade Osborne. You guys know me. I'm not the biggest benchmade fan in general, but the Osborne has been on my wish list for a long time. That's cool, man. Oh, wow, that's cool. He says apparently it's a 1 of 1. It's a 1 of 1. Got it from the Facebook auction group. That's cool. I like the fact that the engraving on the scales matches the engraving on the clip. Met and Boss does such a good job on their stuff. That's cool. Cat Scratch has got the Koenig non-flipper Arius. I want to say that's a mini Arius non-flipper, but I'm not sure. I don't have anything to compare it to size-wise. Carlos has got the Vox Yaru. All right. Very nice. I honestly haven't handled a fox knife in a while, but I like that one. I like the fact that you've got a big 50-50 finger / sharpening choil right there. Look at that. Edge geometry looks good too. Rob, speaking of the Dixon, I mentioned it a little bit. He's got the McNeese Dixon. Look at those contoured scales. Here's what kills me, guys. Like, I hate to go back to this because I swear we moved on from the rosy topic. Contoured scales are more expensive to make because they are more time consuming to make. And when you're making something, your time is literally money, right? A Dixon, American made with contoured titanium scales is less expensive. If McNeese can do it, look, all I'm going to say, if McNeese can do it, I want to know what everyone else's excuses are. Now, something that I've said for a long time is I'm not a big fan of the Egyptian eye deployment hole, but you know what? I made an exception, and I'll be experiencing it for myself on Monday, according to UPS tracking anyways. Those handle seals look comfy. Beautiful contouring. Apparently people hate the pocket clip. We'll see. We'll see. Greg's got the 15V Para 3. My man. Love it, man. It's my favorite Spyderco, favorite steel Spyderco has put on one of their knives. Nick T. Why do I always get this one wrong? I know that's a Riot, VK and Noob. I know what this is. I've seen it in the pocket checks before. It's just skipping my mind. Skipping my mind. All right. Is this one modified? Is that a did you polish the handles on here? What am I missing? What am I missing? I know I'm missing something. Are those polished? What's the modification? Polish the clip? Polish the scales? What's the mod? Let me know. I've seen so many different variants of Dixons that I'm not necessarily sure what's modded. That's a me problem. Ooh. Wait. Did I accidentally skip somebody? I think so. I did. Be Shady. What is that? I've seen this before. What is that? That's super cool. American Blade Works slip joint. Always a good carry. Very nice, man. Got the Zippo. What are we doing? What is that knife? You've shown me this knife before. I'm missing the model name. Rebel Rouser. He's got a Jaeger MV3. You could tell because of the pivot. That's one of the things you can tell. And the scales tell me that it's who did the straight tie variant with the 3 milling lines. I know the pivot means that it's a version 3 because version 2 had a circular pivot. Not sure which slip joint that is. Not sure on the Kaiser fixed blade. Oh, look, a Lynch Northwest pocket clip. That one is the best case scenario pocket, or excuse me, I said pocket clip. Pry bar. It's a best case scenario pry bar. Hey, look, he also carried a Baton 4. Good man. I like that slip for that slip joint. That's cool. I like that textured look in the middle. That's solid, man. One sneaky bee. He's got the new milling Sonora and the Gecko Pictus. Gecko Pictus is such a solid production knife, by the way, guys. I kind of like this milling pattern on the new Sonoras. I really do. I really do. That's nice. It's kind of like a corduroy. Like what would you call that? Like aside from what they call it, would you call that like a corduroy milling pattern? Sonora is still hot on my list. I need to get one. Charles Wooden, he's got the 9-point knives Bobcat Nitro V and Grip Tech multicolor handle made in Connecticut. That's solid, man. That looks like is that a hollow ground blade? The handle is crazy. 9-point knives? Hold on. 9-point knives. Let's check them out. What do these cost? Those are reasonable. $150? Reasonable. Out of stock, of course, but reasonable. Black Bear Scandi. I really like the one in the pocket check. Where do I buy that? I'll have to look for it later. That's super cool. Knife Nut. He's also got an Nooms on. Solid carry, man. You're under the hood. What are you under the hood of? Whose car needed to be jump started? That's why you don't leave cabin lights on. Wicked Dreams. Ooh. That would be that's a Jack Wolf. Which Jack Wolf is that? I have failed. I used to know all the Jack Wolf knives. Anyways, guys. That's the Only Spartans pocket check from the Discord. Thank you for sharing your pocket check. If you checked in, I hope I didn't miss anybody's. I think I got them all. I think. I just want to scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anything. I think we got them. Yeah, I think we got them. I think. Yep, that would do it. All right, guys. Thank you to the Only Spartans for participating in the pocket check. Fred the Lug says, my favorite Tucson has been the TS559. That's very good in my opinion. Let's see. Tucson TS559. Let's see this thing. Back to the screen share. Okay. Look at that. That's crazy, man. $85. Titanium partial frag pattern milling. Kind of reminds me of the frag on the new titanium microtechs. Look at that. That's kind of like, what would you call that blade? The deployment hole shape. What would you call that deployment hole shape? Like, it kind of looks like a microphone, doesn't it? The microphone deployment hole. Yes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the style of clip that Craig Brown does. Now, they missed because they didn't put a flat spot underneath the clip. If they put a flat spot underneath the clip, I would say that it's 100% copying the style of Brown knives, where he puts the milling on top of the clip and then it's a flat spot underneath to make it easy egress. Easy egress. Wow, I can't talk today. What the hell? That is freaking cool, man. Really cool. $85. It's a good deal. A lot of milling work there. The microphone deployment hole. That's cool. Yo, what's up, C. Kobe? All right. Retro Ryan says, question, what stops counterfeiters from making fake COAs? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. But COAs are harder to fake because oftentimes COAs are hand signed and those signatures are hard to fake. Not saying impossible. Not saying it isn't done. A good example of this is if you look at counterfeit Chris Reeve knives. Counterfeiters have done a really good job of dialing in on Chris Reeve over the years. From the box to the stickers that come on the boxes to the COAs. It's really crazy. You actually have to, when you look at a counterfeit Chris Reeve knife, you actually need to check out the spacing and the specific font of the letters. But if you do that, if you look at the Made in Idaho, for example, and then you, especially if you're buying a Chris Reeve knife on the secondary, if it seems too good to be true, have them show the inside of the handle scales, because oftentimes Chris Reeve, let me see if I can pull this out. They will actually they'll engrave a letter and a number on the inside. Where is it? It's right there. Yeah, a letter and a number on the inside right next to the pocket clip right there. You can't really see it on my camera. It's not the right angle. But that letter and number correspond with a specific year and quarter of that year. And it's one of those things that counterfeiters still have not caught on with. But that's also something that it's kind of like a birth date printing on a knife without being obnoxious. Microtech. Things that companies that get hit by counterfeiters can do. They can create, what do they call them? Archives. They can create archives that are attached to the serial numbers of each knife. If you're doing small batch, one of the benefits of small batch is that you can archive stuff like that. Like Spyderco would never be able to do that because one, they don't serialize much of anything. They don't offer COAs with much of anything. You know, they sell a lot of production knives, right? But for small batch makers, the best thing they can do is put a serial number on the knife and then catalog it. So that if you're going to buy one, like for example, Craig Brown, Cortex XL, this is on his archive. If I went to sell this, someone could look up the serial number and 100% match it with what's on the archive. SPK, not so much. Especially not now that I've modified it. Robin Dallin, what's up, man? He says Hinders and CRK come with fake COAs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm telling you, like, there's so many little things you can look at on a COA to see that it's a fake. They work less hard on making the COAs look as close as possible. Like, they put in effort, but there are big differences in COAs. It's one of those things where you can actually point to it and be like, see, not 1-to-1. I've done a ton of research and looking up the differences between authentics and counterfeits. Because this year I went nuts and started going after knives on my hit list. So I had to do that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah, 100%. Rick says, I bought my Umnums on from an authorized CRK dealer on eBay. I mean, I guess if they're legit, they're legit. Oh, wow. I'm way behind on the chat. Hold on. Super way behind on the chat. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Have you seen the quiet carry reform? What is your thoughts? I have. And I've got some thoughts. I'll share them with you. So this is the plank. Quiet Carry is now coming out with multiple utility knives. This is the reform, and it kind of looks like they did the handle scales of a drift, right? The handle scales of a drift, but with the utility blade. I'm not mad at the price either. So check it out. The price is $190. These handle scales look incredible. Easily the best looking premium utility folding knife out there. I mean, I guess you could, you know, maybe give that title to the Hawk Knives utility knife, but $190, it's a lot to spend on a box cutter. It's a fancy box cutter, and the hard part is that I'm not here to talk crap about fancy box cutters because I use this all the time. This is my made in Canada Peachy G9. You guys know I love this to pieces, right? I need to clean it. This has gone through so much tape recently that it's kind of messed with the action. But I love this knife to death. So I'm not here to say that it's not worth it. Granted, I think I spent like $100 on this. Made in Canada, $100 on that. This looks great. Quiet Carry has not made a knife that wasn't made well. All of their knives are really well made. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it the most expensive, you know, EDC, you know, high-end titanium utility knife? No, it's definitely not. I want to try one. I mean, I'm not even mad at the fact that it uses a wire clip because it's a utility knife. I want to try one. I don't know. I don't know if it does enough to kick this out of my pocket. Like, I use this all the time, but because I'm always unboxing stuff in my office, I don't really carry this. This just lives in my office, and then I use the hell out of this in my office. So, yeah. I think it's really cool, man. I think that if you don't already have a premium, you know, titanium utility knife like this, if you don't already have a knife like the Peachy G9, yeah, absolutely. I'd be willing to bet that it's great. Something that knife does that something like the Peachy G9 does not do is that utilizes almost the entire cutting edge of the utility blade. Something like this does not. Now, for me, I'm okay with that because when I use the Peachy G9, you know, once I get skunked up, I'll go ahead and, you know what, pop it up, and then I can slide it out, and I can use the other edge, and the other edge is protected. So it means that I don't have to switch out utility blades all that often. For me, for my money, Peachy G9 is just hard to beat, man. Is it like $100? Let's see. Peachy G9. Yeah, it's $100. Oh man, they're on sale now. You know what's funny? I did a video on the Peachy G9, and a year later they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to review it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I had just been patient, apparently. It's like, are you kidding me? Okay, G9 only. I got the package. Yeah, this is what I got. Okay, yeah, never mind. They say that it's less expensive. This is what I paid. I paid an introductory price. Don't believe this whole save $47 baloney. That's what they've always gone for. That said, knowing what I know now, hindsight being 2020, would I still spend $130 on this setup? Get 10 blades, the sheath, and the Peachy G9 for $129? Freaking steal. Freaking steal. I love mine. I've used the crap out of it. I will vouch for it. I would say, and it's made in Canada, for crying out loud. Made in Canada. The holster is handcrafted, authentic Australian cow leather.
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
I mean, come on. Made in Canada? Sold. Well, it's not American made. It's North American made. There you go. Yeah, no, absolutely love this. This looks fantastic. Looks super bougie. $190. You could buy 2 of these. Get one for you. Get one for a family member or friend that uses utility knives a lot. That's what I would do. Like, as cool as this looks and as well made as I know it is, unless you really need the full length of that blade, I'm here to tell you that this would be what I would recommend. If you're looking for a titanium premium utility knife, this is what I would do. And no, I'm not affiliated with them. They were way too late for that. Anyways. Sierra Rick says, Rolls, the price point just seems $40 too much. On the Reform, I mean, it's made in Taiwan. Mostly what you're paying for here are these handle scales. I'll put it to you like this. To get a set of titanium handle scales with this level of milling, you would typically pay somewhere around $150. Especially made in Taiwan. Throw in the fact that, I mean, they're also including the blade and the clip and this piece right here. $190. I mean, most of that cost is going to be in those scales. That's just it. Made in Taiwan is not cheap. And then you also have to consider their profit margin. It looks really nice. I'm sure the action is sublime. Freaking love my Quiet Carry 9. Mostly what you're paying for here is the titanium scales. For me, again, if I didn't already own this and I was looking at the Reform and the Peachy G9, I would save myself a tank of gas. I would buy the Peachy G9 and I would probably sleep like a freaking baby. Joe Kasprick, what's up, man? He says, I'm on a pretty tight budget, but even if I wasn't, I would not buy a box cutter for that much money. A lot of people feel that way. Totally understand. And you know, on the Peachy G9, you get it for even less. Look at this. Never mind. Still $100. Brass? Why are they charging so much for brass? No, get the titanium. I can't believe the brass is just as expensive. I don't agree with that. Anyways. What's up, Grateful Dong? Good to see you, man. See, Kobe, I just found you in the chat. Now you're leaving. Hope you have a great weekend, brother. We'll catch you on the flip side. Jeff Patterson says, have you seen the zipper from Tack Knives? No, I have not. We'll look it up, though. Tack Knives. Zipper. Tack Knives zipper. Utility knife, okay. $60. Aluminum. Yeah. That looks solid. It's a box cutter OTF. The only box cutter OTF, because I've seen a few now. There's 2 or 3 that I've seen. The one that stands out to me the most is the Zero utility knife. And this one's going to be made in China, of course. Since it's an OTF, probably assembled here in the US. The Zero utility knife. Rivery. They're the ones that make it. The Rivery Zero. Gosh, I need to get one of these. The way this deploys is insane. If you're going to spend $70, because the other one costs what, like $60, $70? Get a Zero from Rivery. Pretty sure it's made in the US. Designed and assembled. Maybe it's not made in the US. This whole assembled in East Tennessee. Technical details. Manufactured, machined, and assembled. Okay, it is made in the US. It's like, wait. What do you mean assembled? When I see assembled and not made, I immediately assume that it's just a bucket of parts that was sent here. But the way that these deploy is ridiculous. So like it's kind of similar-esque to the Peachy G9, but you push a scale up and you move it back and it's out. And then you push the scale up and move it back and it's retracted back in. Let's see if I can find a video. Is this just the manufacturing? It is the manufacturing. I just want to see the deployment. Bah. If you haven't seen it, look up reviews on the Rivery Zero. $70. They had titanium variants at one point, but I think they stay sold out. $70. So if you're going to spend that money, I'd say instead of buying the tack knives, I would go with the Rivery Zero. Yeah, $60. Pay an extra $10, get it made in the US. Perfect. We're on the same page. Yep. I need to get one. I need to get a Rivery Zero. My buddy Duty's Daggers did a review on it and he swears by it. He says that it's amazing. I just want a titanium one because I'm a sucker for titanium, okay? I mean, does it need to be titanium? No. No, it doesn't need to be titanium. Would I like it better if it was 100%? All right. There were some stuff that I wanted to talk about. Hold on. I can't look at the depression that is eBay for much longer. Let's do this. Where was I? American Edge. That's right. I don't know why it always goes back to the American Mini Ultimatum. Do you guys remember when American Edge was selling the Grant and Gavin Hawk Talon for $1,500? Check it out. Now they're selling them a much closer to table. $1,095 is the best price I've seen from them on a Hawk Talon. Look at that. It's got the copper camo carbon inlay. They also have a Arctic Storm, I believe. Yeah, Arctic Storm carbon. I almost said 195. 1,095. That's a much better price. They had those knife scalper prices before going for like $1,500. This is still more than table, but it's a lot closer. So if you wanted one, but you didn't want to pay $1,500 for one, there you go. Why not? Why not? Thought I'd mention that. Nick says, anyone going to be getting the Growler XL from Devo? Looks ridiculous, but I love my Growler and the Mini. Unsure. I'm unsure. I'm still waiting on the knife that they sent to Vosteed. It's going to be the large nip or the nip large. And it's going to be Vosteed branded as collaboration. Have they announced it yet? Ooh. What? Look at that. I did not see this. The Vosteed Naga with the bamboo micarta. That's freaking cool. Go back. Go back. That looks bougie, man. I want one of those. Did they come out with new handle scales for the They come out with new handle scales for the Vombat. A knife that also gets a lot of use on my desk. Love the Vombat. I've got these Damtanium camo carbon scales that I love. I might have to pick up a set of these. The Gulf camo carbon looks good. $70. I'm not mad at that. And here's the thing, guys. I'm really not mad at that because even though Vosteed is a made in China company, Camo Carbon is a USA carbon fiber company. So I feel good about getting, Camo Carbon scales for my Vosteed. The Wombat is so good as far as crossbar locks are concerned. Love it. Camo Carbon, Gulf Camo Carbon. These are the ones that I bought. I don't regret it either. Bamboo. Ooh, they do have bamboo micarta. $27. Why does it not look as good on here as it did on the... Hold on. That does not look like this. Why do those look different? I'm confused. I am confused. Do you guys see this deal they have going on? Buy one knife, get 20% off. Buy two knives, get 30% off. So let's do the math on this. Let's say that you wanted to get, let's say you bought this one, right? So we'll add to cart. So we'll say that's $250, right? And then you wanted another knife. Let's say you did, let's say you did a parallel, a Vosteed parallel. How much do they sell these for again? $169. So let's say that is, I'm just going to pull up my calculator here. You can't see it, but $250. No, stop it. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I have hotkeys set up and I was trying to use a calculator like an idiot. Anyways, I was going to do the math. 250 plus 170 times 0.3. So if you were to buy those two knives, ordinarily it'd be, $420. Take 30% off. You get those two for like $294. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Hey, what's up, Lone Star? Good to see you, dude. John Tagmore says, come on, Milwaukee Fastback is $20. No razor knife at 100. I mean, I don't really... Milwaukee Fastbacks are great for people that use them for work. For the EDC guy that just wants something handy, absolutely. I'm not going to keep a Milwaukee Fastback on my desk. I'm just not. But I keep this on my desk. Absolutely. I feel good about it too. What's up, Louis? Says, Roll, I bought the blue aluminum hedgehog, $98. Ooh, nice, man. That's a good pickup right there. Says, sounds like after Chinese New Year for the Vosteed nip. Nip large, the nipple. I can't wait for it. I'm really excited. I'm going to bother Vosteed about it. I'll bother Kev too. He knows I've been waiting for that one. Anyways, I can't believe it. You can get a parallel and a psyop. Ordinarily, it costs you $420 for like $290. That's crazy, man. That's a good deal they got going on right now. A really good deal. Vosteed is one of those companies. A lot of people don't know this, but Vosteed's one of those companies that I really like, primarily because they don't treat review channels just like review ponies. The amount of times Vosteed has bothered me after they sent me a knife, they bothered me and they're like, can you please fill out this questionnaire with constructive criticism about what you liked and did not like about the knife so we can send it off to our team and blah, blah, blah. Like that level of follow-up. Most of the time when knife companies follow up with channels that they sent product to, they're like, can you make 3 more videos? Meanwhile, Vosteed's out here, Dr. EDC's out here like picking brains, trying to figure out how do we make this even better. I appreciate that. It's one of those reasons why when Vosteed asks if I'm willing to review a product, usually the answer is yes, because I want to see where they're going next. What are they making next? And I think they're doing a really good job. I've cut off a lot of companies that I used to collaborate with purely because I'm not a review pony. A lot of those companies, like I'll just come out and say it. Kaiser is one of those companies. Kaiser reached out recently. I did not respond. CJRB, another company. They reached out. I did not respond. But if Vosteed reaches out, if Remet reaches out, I'll work with Vosteed. I'll work with Remet because they don't see channels as just review ponies for advertising, where their cost of advertising is sending a review unit. They actually care about feedback, and they actually integrate that feedback, which is fantastic because it means that we get to see these designs get better and better and more end user centric. That's something that I really like. I think it's really important. So is there going to be less reviews on my channel? Absolutely. But I am happy to be working more with the companies that do care about creating a better product for the end user and less about just advertising. So if you don't see any Kaisers reviewed on my channel for a while, that's probably why. Anyways, Fred says the top liner lock on the nip large is so high up above the pivot. It's pretty cool. Yeah, a little bit of a design story there. That's a bit of feedback that Lefty took from JD for EDC. JD for EDC was telling Lefty about how Kaiser did their top liner lock and about the difference that it made with something. And Lefty took that and he applied that to the nip large design. So if you want to know why the top liner lock button on the nip large is so high up, that's why. Because he researched it after being suggested to look at the way that Kaiser was doing theirs, and he decided that he liked it better, so he went with that. Apparently, it's supposed to provide for a better feel, better action, better ergos. That's what I heard, anyways. Grateful Dog says, "Look at the Snarf utility knife." Okay, Snarf utility knife. From Aurora Knife and Tool. That's cool. Is that using their same pivot lock? That is cool. I like how they actually put in a I really like how they put in a deployment oblong deployment hole. Yeah. Get snarfed. Of course there's a pre-order. What's the pre-order? What's the damage? Okay, you can get it in titanium. Perfect. Perfect. Get it in aluminum? Great. You can get it in G10? Great. The titanium version is $100. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Honestly, at that price point, with the difference being $20 to go from aluminum to titanium, I don't see a whole lot of reason to get aluminum when you can get titanium for only $20 more. I guess if you really want to be thrifty, you get the G10 version for $70. That's kind of cool, man. I like how there's a couple things that are really cool about this. I hadn't seen this before. The first is the fact that they instead of doing just a flipper, right? It's a pivot lock. There's a deployment window instead of a thumb stud. I like that. And there's still a flipper, and it's got a choil. It's got a freaking finger choil. That's a pretty good design. A lot of you guys are like, yeah, but it's still a utility knife. Look, I call it like I see it. That looks like a great design. I'm here for it. How easy is the blade change out? That's the next question that I have. That was shocking. I want to see if do they show on this video how they change out the blade? They should. Please tell me they do. They reinvented it for knife. That's cool. Come on. Is it that little button right there that changes out the blade? Is that how it locks in and out? It is. And damn, that is easy. And then you could use it as a bottle opener? They thought these things through. They should market these on construction sites. Those fellas with the Modelos will buy them. I mean, look, the cutting ability should be good because it's a freaking utility blade. But that is actually really well done. I respect the hell out of that. $100? If only it was made in the US. That would be the next thing. Is like, could they make it in the US? I'm guessing that it's not. I'm guessing it's probably made in China. Yep. Made by Psychio International. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Made in China. Whatever. Great knives are made all over the world. If they had found a way to make it in the US, that would have been amazing. I'm not shocked that they didn't. The quality will be good. Snappy flick hole, front flipper. It's got a front flipper as well. Damn. Front flipper, rear flipper, flicky hole. It's fidgety. It'll open your beers. It'll open your packages. Don't let the housewives find out about this one. Says, I just bought that. I got the Sunburst one. That's pretty cool, man. That's actually really cool. I don't really do pre-orders. I hope they do a release of those because I will buy one. I like that a lot. Is it enough? Is it enough to get me to retire my Peachy G9? I don't know. This is a really ingenious design, and it's made in North America, and it's titanium, and it was $100, and it's compact. It fits in the fifth pocket, and if I don't want to put it in the fifth pocket, I put it in the sheath, put it on a belt. I love the design of the Peachy G9. That said, that was a really cool utility knife, the Snarf. Rob says, Quiet Carry is made in Taiwan, not China. Yeah, I know. I said the Snarf was made in China. Louis says, I'm all about the pivot button lock. Yeah, I like a good pivot button lock. John says, Rolls, I'd rather spend $100 on a transparent knives regrind. Is that all he's charging for a regrind is $100? Is that it? I've never asked Brian about a regrind. I might have to. I've got a few knives. Like, for example, what about a transparent knives regrind on something like this big boy? Would he? Could he? Probably. Might have to ask him about that. Lone Star says the game of the day is Borderlands the pre-sequel. What? The pre-sequel? I use a utility knife all day, 5 days a week. Gotta have full size. A full size, you mean like as far as the cutting edge? Or like as far as the handle? Because if it was me, if I was using a utility blade all day long, for work, I'd probably get a Milwaukee Fastback and just call it a day. Because you're gonna break stuff. I mean, for my EDC purposes, for opening boxes, breaking down boxes, stuff like that, this is a great option because, I'm not hardcore using this in a work sense, right? It fits easily in my pocket. Sometimes I'll carry this when I carry a more expensive knife, just in case, You know, if someone wants to open something stupid, I don't have to like hand them my expensive knife. Like, I'm not loaning this to somebody. Like, somebody's like, hey, could I borrow that real quick? Like, no, you can't use this knife as a screwdriver. And I know that's what you're going to do because that's what I used to do. But I'll hand them this because if they break the blade, it's whatever. And it's still a cool conversational piece. It says, Reverie is USA. I mentioned quiet carry in Taiwan for the cost that they offer. It's not bad. It's not as bad if Taiwan made, right? Oh no, look, some people will tell you that made in Taiwan can actually be way more expensive than made in the US. I don't know if I believe that. It's a claim that some people have made. Taiwanese manufacturing is not cheap. They're the world leader in manufacturing superconductors. Taiwan is known for some of the best manufacturing in the world as far as quality is concerned for products in general. So, made in Taiwan, and this is important, made in Taiwan, of course, is not made in China. I mean, where is it? I still marvel at this knife. In the $300 price range, this knife makes me question price tags. Like, this is one of the best knives I've ever handled, period. $300 price range, quiet carry 9. As far as like pure knife manufacturing goes, like, people ask, what's the point of diminishing returns? Here it is, quiet carry 9, made in Taiwan. Contoured tie scales with knurling and a contoured carbon fiber to match. Vanac super clean. Perfect action, perfect lockup, perfect carry. The edge geometry is really good. The action is incredible. I love the acoustics of this guy. I could go on for days. I bought this knife. I sold this knife. I regretted it. I bought it again, and I'll never let it go. And it's in my drawer with my other grails. Now, I mention this because it's not the only example of Taiwanese manufacturing being great. Spyderco Smock, amazing. Spyderco Sage models, amazing. All of Spyderco's knives made in Taiwan are head and shoulders better fit and finish than what we get out of the Spyderco USA factory. Cold Steel's made in Taiwan. Demko's made in Taiwan. Taiwan has some incredibly good manufacturing. And I don't know if I buy it when people say, oh, it's just more expensive to make stuff in Taiwan than the US. I'm not sure if I buy that, but if it's less expensive, it's probably not by much, is what I would say. So I'm not mad at the price point, right? I'm not. The reason why I don't know if I would buy a quiet carry Reform is because I already have, I've already filled that need. And when it comes to utility knives, I don't buy utility blades. I don't buy utility blades for fun so much. Like, this one I bought because it was fun, but it filled a need that I had. I had a need for a small utility knife that, didn't take up a lot of room, that was fun, that I enjoyed carrying, that I enjoyed using. And this one's made in North America. The Peachy G9 is just, for my purposes, it's a perfect utility cutter. If I didn't own this, I might consider that, but again, I don't buy utility cutters for fun so much because I see them specifically as a utility thing. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not more expensive than the US, but it is more. 100% agree. My Drift Large and Rincon are my favorite. You got a Rincon? I check the Quiet Carry website monthly. I don't know why they haven't made more Rincons, but they need to, because they did like one release at the end of last year and then they were gone. It haunts me because I missed on that one. Yo, what's up, Paperclip? Says, I'm getting myself a 9 for Christmas. Do it. Let's see what they've got available right now. Hold on. We're going to go back to the Quiet Carry website. What do they have available? The 9. The 9 is the knife so nice I bought it twice. They've got options, man. They've got these. Is that a wood inlay? No, the inlay is carbon fiber. Okay. Is that a carbon fiber inlay? Is it carbon fiber? No, it's maroon tone micarta. Okay. Maroon tone micarta. Do they have any carbon fiber variants still? They do. Ooh, nope, they don't. Sorry. That one's sold out. They do have one with the black. That looks good. $360. It's a damn good price. That's what it is. I like the black with the sea swirl carbon fiber. What is that? Dark green tone micarta. The micarta inlay is pretty cool. Oh, look at that. They even have the old version. This was the first version that I bought. Although the first version that I bought had MagnaCut. So this is the Arctic Storm. Is that Arctic Storm? I think so. But the one that I had looked exactly like this, but instead of Vanex, it was MagnaCut. Yeah. Yeah, I love the 9. And it's still on my list. I need to get myself a Drift LCT. I am hoping that Quiet Carry drops these. They drop the price on these for Black Friday. Come on, Black Friday. Come on, Black Friday. But speaking of other knives that I hope cost less around Black Friday, Spyderco stovepipe. I was wrong. I'm going to raise my hand here for a second and say this. I saw them discontinuing the Spyderco stovepipe and dropping the price. I bet money that they were going to do that, and they didn't do that. I've already handled the Spyderco stovepipe. I love this knife. I waited because I wanted to get one at a good price. And look at that. What happened to the price? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. This is also made in Taiwan. Spyderco's Taichung, Taiwan factory. $480. So when people look at the LCT and they're like, oh, it's too expensive. It's $380. It's too expensive. We're talking contoured and milled titanium, Vanax, $380. Just remember, Spyderco stuck to their guns on this one, and they still sell at this price. I'm waiting. I loved this knife when I checked it out. I borrowed one. I borrowed one from a retailer to review, and $480. I actually want to say that they got more expensive. Spyderco was like, oh, you don't like the price? Check this out. What about now? And here's the thing. I know this is unpopular. Like, a lot of people hate on the Spyderco stovepipe. I tried it out and I loved it. I just didn't want to pay $440. $440 was the price back then. And I was like, oh, wait, they'll discontinue it. I'll get it for a better price. I'll get it for like $250, $300 around Black Friday. And there were some that did go on sale, and I missed on those. And I wish that I hadn't, because then the price jumped up to $480, which is ridiculous. But I mentioned that because people complain about $380 on the Drift LCT, but it's also contoured 3D milled titanium deployment hole. Many people would probably argue that this is a better design knife. I don't know. I love this one. But I'm hoping Black Friday comes around and they give us a better price on this. I hope. What's up, Jay Slick? He says, the 9 on skiffs makes me question a lot of my more expensive knives. I don't even have skiffs on mine, dude. I don't even have skiffs on this one. And the action is... it's so damn good. It's so damn good. Says, I modified my Rincon. Do you want to know what to expect coming in Q4? A knurled Rincon is coming? Is it? Is it really? Don't tease me, Rob. I shouldn't, but I will spend money. knurled Rincon. Just to give people an idea that might not know. So you're saying that they're going to have knurling on this bad boy. You know what I'd really like to see? Knurling and bring back the freaking milling lines. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not a deal killer to not have the milling lines on the blade. They even have the... They don't even have the listing for the one with the milling lines. That's too bad. But they need to bring back the milling lines on the blade. Give us knurling on these handle scales, and we'll call it good. I follow Quiet Carry on their Instagram 100% because I want to know when they release this again. Bradford says the catch is better than all. The catch seems a little on the small side for me. I know that that's probably a really comfy handle scale. But 380 and it's 7 inches overall. I mean, I guess that it's no less short than, say, like a pair 3. I like the way they did the clip on this. It's a short clip. Those handle scales look super comfy. I might need to check one of these out. Van X, yeah. Quiet Carry needs to stop making knives that are so cool. He says it's not up yet, but yes, on knurling. I'll be waiting. When it releases, I'm on it. I'm on it. What's up, Justin? He says, Rolls, what do you think of the Remet Infinite Power? I need to get my hands on one. I need to get my hands on one. The Infinite Power looks cool, man. Pivot lock, dagger style. I'm here for it. And speaking of Remet, they listened. I didn't tell them this directly, but I said it in my review of the what was it called? One of their last models. They did lightning anno on the pivot button bolster area. And I said, why lightning anno? Why not do crystal tie? Because we've seen what Remet does with their crystal tie, and I love it. Remet's crystal tie it's great. The Infinite Power has a model or two that use the crystal tie as the pivot button bolster. Like, thank you, Remet. So I'm excited. I'm going to check one out. Hopefully soon. Fingers crossed. I don't know exactly when, but I will be checking one out. I'm excited about it. I think that it's cool. Pivot button, dagger style. It's cool, man. I can't wait to check one out. I think they're available on White Mountain Knives right now, actually. Let's see. Remet Infinite Power. I feel like you have to say that with the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, here it is. $290, but check this out. $290 DLC crystal tie bolster. Look at that. Look at that. That's exactly what I was talking about. Thank you, Remet. Beautiful blade. And it looks like it's going to be ambidextrous as well. Pocket clip is going to be fully reversible. And there's a spot for a tritium insert on the pocket clip. That's cool. They've got a safety for the button lock. And something else that Remet listened to that I've been saying for a long time is don't put your logo on the clip. Don't put your logo on the blade. Put your logo on the freaking pivot. And they did that. That looks great. Full DLC? I know people are bored with M390, but full DLC, M390. Ambidextrous, pivot lock, crystal tie bolster. I feel like that's pretty solid, man. I can't wait to try one. I'm going to try one. What other versions do they have here? 290? This one's got lightning anno and crystal tie. I'm not a huge fan of the lightning anno personally because it's really loud. But it is also $260. This one seems cool. I like the milling on those scales. They should have just done crystal tie bolsters all the way around though. Personal preference. You can get one more plain Jane-ish if you don't want anything loud on the handles at all. $240. That's cool. This one for $250 might be a favorite, and I'll tell you why. Probably this one in the DLC version is a favorite. I like the fact that they let the overall design stand out because it does. I mean, you've got so much going on here. Dagger style blade, crystal tie, and it's a pivot lock. A pivot liner lock, yeah. If you don't want to spend the DLC money, save you know, what is it, 30, 40 bucks? Potentially even more. Let me see, does my discount code work? Does my discount code work? Let's do this. RSB10. Hot damn, it does work. So you know what that means, guys? That means that you can get this for $225. Take 25 bucks off with any of your content creator discount codes. So you could use mine or Love Them Knives, which is LTK, or you could use Tri-States, or White Mountain Knives has handed out discount codes to just about every channel out there. So it doesn't matter which one you use, but if you use one, mine is RSB10. You can take basically 25 bucks off that and get that for $224. That's a solid price. Super solid. Super solid. Yeah, I like it. I am going to check it out. It's just a matter of time. I will check it out. Guaranteed. Yo, what's up, Sever7? Good to see you, man. Paperclip says that green crystal tie is whack. Agree to disagree. Crystal tie is cool because it's not just a finish, right? Crystal tie is a process they put titanium through, and what it does is it improves the qualities of the titanium. It makes it stronger and harder. Titanium in general is not a hard material to scratch. It has a low Rockwell hardness as far as metal is concerned, and that's why you get snail trails on regular titanium like this, right? So crystal tie, it goes through a process that actually improves the material, and I think that it looks cool. You can get it in a lot of different colors. So if you don't like green, you can actually change the ano on it, so you can get it to like a gray. But crystal tie in general is cool. It was one of those materials that you would only see with different knife modders out there and custom makers. And so now the fact that we're seeing crystal tie in production knives, I really like it. You know, personal preference, you know, that's a, it's all subjective, right? But personally, given the fact that it's an improvement on titanium, I get it if you don't like the color. I think it's really cool though. Hey, Kodiak Edge, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome in. Justin says, dude, I got it for $191 on Whatnot. That's a win, dude. That's a win. Says $191 DLC version Blade City. What? That's even better. Rebel Rouser, what's up, man? Good to see you as well. Man, I feel kind of bad. Because I'm actually about to end the live. I've had to use the bathroom now for the last 30 minutes, and I want you guys to know I hung on for you. It's been a weird night. I think I pissed off a lot of people talking about Oz Rosies and price tags, and, you know, making fun of the fact that people actually buy Rosie counterfeits on eBay for more than what you can buy them for brand new. I digress, guys. Joe's Garage, what's up? He says, I think I would prefer the infinite power if it was double-edged. You're never gonna see a double-edged dagger from China. You just won't. You won't. I'm pretty sure it's against their knife laws. But it's not hard to put your own edge on there if you are industrious. On that note, guys, I've had to use the John for the last 30 minutes. Hung on for you because I appreciate you guys. Know this. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I hope that you get everything done that you're planning on getting done. I promise you more content is coming soon. I've been slow. I know. I'm sorry. More content is on the way. Guys, the next time we go live should be Wednesday. Fingers crossed that nothing weird happens, but it should be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. If you want to hang out, come find me in the Only Spartans Discord. Other than that, have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you on the flip side.